It's a great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on HabsCast.
You think? Yeah, not a bad day at all, is it? I'm going to crack this beer. Slafzilla does it. Hat trick. First Montreal Canadian to get a hat trick on the power play in their long history. I'm going to bring in Rick here. Rick, can't take that smile off your face. It's been permanent since you came on.
I'm so pumped up that I'm going to do this tonight, buddy. Even I'm going all in.
Oh my goodness, it's not a 0.5.
It's not even a 0.5, my friend. It's the real deal.
Rick's serious tonight. Cheers, Rick. Here.
Cheers, my friend.
Tang. Cling, clang. What's that, a dart? Or a what?
It's called a dab, Czech beer.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, a fancy guy. Okay.
Yeah. I don't drink much beer there with alcohol in it anymore, so I figure the one times I do, I'm going to get something nice.
Well, you should have got a Slovakian beer, my friend.
That's a good one.
I got to say, I don't like to toot my horn too much, but this was just before the start of overtime. I said, "Ender now, boys, Slaf Hattie" on Blue Sky, and lo and behold, Marty called a timeout there 20 seconds in and said, read this tweet or read this text from Grant. Slaf's got Ender." Anyway, I'll take credit for it.
Yes.
I predicted it. I predicted it. So yeah.
I would like to ask you for a quick favor, if you don't mind. Could your next Blue Sky post be Lotto Quebec? Let Rick win the next Lotto Max. We got out.
I'll just put up the numbers, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was amazing. I gotta admit, I got in trouble with Tina. I slammed the door when it was 2-1. That turnaround, those two goals, and that what I thought was rather questionable officiating. Yeah. I got pissed off and I went to the can and I slammed the door, and she wasn't too happy with me. But I thought the refereeing, the officiating in the Ottawa game last night and in the Habs game tonight, I don't know. I started to think they don't want a Canadian team they don't ever want a Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup here. What's going on? I was getting pretty pissed because first of all, that call on Slaf with the where he was putting his stick down and the guy, and then the other one where the guy barely got his stick touched and he lets go of it, and that's a penalty. Slaf gets rammed into the boards. That's not a penalty. Gooley's stick gets hit by another Tampa player into the face of another one. He gets a double minor. And they even looked at it and they didn't. And they said, "Oh, double minor." The Anderson goal that they call a goal. Oh no. And again, you could have called it either way, but you just knew. I just knew they were going to call it back. I mean, it looked high, so I'm not going to get too crazy about it. But every close call or bad call was against the Habs tonight. And what was the other one? There was at least one other that you just, what the hell's going on? And Anderson
one?
Yeah, the Anderson one. Like, I've seen Tom Wilson do that 47 times and never get a call. And Anderson does it once in a playoff game, and he gets friggin' called for it. The Bieksa came up with a weird one. Usually he's all for that shit, but it's charging because the other guy hit him at the same time. What the hell? What's that even mean? And Elliot, who I usually agree with, I agree 100% there, Kevin. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, oh, come on, give me a break. Anyway, despite that, resiliency took advantage. Francois Francois, I got to give you credit, buddy. You said that the Francois Bedard said that the Habs haven't been able to score on the power play on and he trotted out the stats. I'm like, it's playoff time. It's a different time. It doesn't matter what the stats are in the regular season. But he did say they're going to have to score on the power play to win. And lo and behold, Slaf sets a Habs record by scoring 3 power play goals. The Rocket never did it. Flower never did it. Jean Beliveau never did it. I mean, even in the days when you stayed on for entire 2 minutes on a penalty, and that was back in the Maurice Richard days, he never scored a hat trick on the power play. That's the 7th straight overtime loss for Tampa Bay, and they are 1-12 in their last 13 overtime games. So, kind of the flip of the Patrick Roy. The Patrick Roy.
The anti-Patrick.
Anyway, I'll take it. We got ourselves a series. They needed a split in Tampa. Now I'm going to get greedy and say we need a sweep in Tampa. What do you think? What do you think, Rick?
Well, there are better teams on the road, so yeah, they need the sweep to help themselves out a bit. It's like the road games and the home games are back and forth for the Habs, but what a mature game, right? A lot of penalties for the Habs that again were questionable. They could have gotten really frustrated. They never did. They never push back, and they always push back within the limits of what you could get away with. No stupidity that could have gotten them in trouble. And some guys from Tampa were trying to test the Habs' patience. And again, even the time in the zones. When the play broke down in the defensive zone, nobody panicked. Nobody ran around like crazy trying to fix everything. They just got back into position, covered the area, played it safe. So that to me is the beauty of today's game, is to settle down when things don't go your way and just take advantage when things do go your way, such as the power plays. It was just a very mature game from a team that, need I remind you, is ridiculously young for a playoff team. And that is, to me, one of the most encouraging parts of today's game, Grant. I really felt like the Habs never lost control. Even when they got 2 goals scored on them, they were disappointed, they were frustrated, but I never felt they lost control.
No, they didn't. I think that experience that the majority of these guys got last year against Washington did them a world of good, right? And we saw it tonight. And did they get intimidated?
Not at all.
The Habs, 42 hits for the Habs tonight, folks. That's one of the highest totals of the year. Arbor with 5. Texier with 4 hits. Texier had a solid game. Newhook, Anderson, 4 each. Matheson, 4 hits. Matheson played a physical game, and I'm not surprised by that. I said that I thought he might step up the physical play, show that leadership, right? Solid game from Carrier. Goulet was fantastic. I thought he had a superb game. Look, I'm going to freeze here every now and then. The internet, it's crazy busy today, so bear with me, guys. I'm going to freeze on occasion, so apologies for that. There's nothing I can do about it. Please bear with me, and we'll get through this. But did you hear everything I said there?
Yep, you did. You mentioned basically you mentioned how well the defensemen played, but the whole decor was just excellent. Struble didn't stand out. I think he rushed the puck a little bit less, but that's fine. That's the game he had to play, and he played it. And that gave Jacky the opportunity to try a little bit more offense, and he chipped in a little bit more than he usually does. But that's what you want from your decor, right? When you're a duo, it's one guy goes, I cover my guy. If that means I go a little bit less on offense, that doesn't matter. Right now, I have to cover my area. So very mature games by those 2 guys that have really stepped up amazingly well. And, you were so right on, Brian, about Goulet and Matheson. But, man, how about Carrier today? Gosh, he really was important. On that first goal, he was fantastic. And defensively, He got in the way of shots. When there was a breakdown, he recovered so well. Didn't make any big mistakes. I gotta give the guy a ton of credit. He did. I needed it. We needed him to play well. We mentioned that this afternoon, and I think he stepped up to the plate big time today.
I thought I'd mentioned him. No, in fact, he's the first guy on my list. As just like, you know, he was kind of on the hot seat. I put out a video saying, should it be Reinbacher playing well? Reinbacher's not going to see the ice if Carrier keeps playing like that, because he dug that puck out of the corner on the first goal and made a beautiful play to Anderson. Josh Anderson. I mean, you got to give player of the game to Slaf for getting the Hattie, obviously. But Josh and Carrier would probably be my other two stars of the game. Carrier, block shots, big plays, and getting in front of shots. Hutson, the hustle back. They were really pressuring him, and he handled it really well.
Yeah.
All of the defensemen were superlative tonight, I thought. Dobie made, early on, that really good chance that the Lightning had in the slot, and Dobie came out about 30 feet, But that's Monty. He's sitting inside the net. I hate to bring up Monty again, but you know what I mean? And it's beating him high or something. Dobie comes out like 20 feet and says, "Oh, yeah? Beat me." And didn't. And, Slaf, when he got hit, I saw the look on Slaf's face after that. Well, he came back at McDonough and hit him about 3 times.
Yeah.
And it showed him back at the bench. And you know what I said to myself? I said, they made a mistake here. They woke up Slaf. And a woke Slaf is not something that you want to have to deal with. And he said, "Oh, yeah? You're going to pay." And 3 friggin' power play goals. It's safe to say that they paid.
Yeah. And one of the penalties, and I forget if it's Eagle or might have been on Eagle. It was I think it was at the end of the second, and it was on Slaf. And my daughter was asking, what a bad play by Tampa Bay, and I said, it was not a bad penalty, because Slaf is going to the net hard right now. He doesn't want to know anything about anyone, and there was no way you're going to stop him besides hooking him, and that's what they had to do, and led to a power play for the Habs. I think it led to the second goal by Slaf. I'm sorry if I don't remember all the details, but there was one penalty that he drew, and like you said, I go, oh, he's moving his feet, and he's playing with power, and he's stick handling. He's going to give Tampa all they could handle today, and he won so many board battles today. Like, he didn't lose any. Like, at worst, it was kind of a half and half kind of thing, or he was winning that battle, and there was nothing Tampa could do about it. They just were overwhelmed by Slaf's power and skill and hands. All of them together was really, really impressive.
Yeah, for sure. It's tough to get in sync when the refs keep calling phantom calls. Yeah, it was it was a little bit sketchy, I thought, the reffing tonight. But you know what? Good teams overcome questionable reffing, and don't get they didn't get that worked up. The one who got most pissed off was Marty, really, and even he was pretty calm about it. Like, he doesn't get all in histrionics like Claude Julien did after every call, and Jacky was more visible in such a match. Struble has improved his offensive game, but probably not enough to be visible against Tampa's strong defense. Yeah, well, I thought Jacky and Struble were fine. Kucherov wanted no part of it, pretty much. Kucherov has gone. Am I right in saying, like, it's something like 17 games now without a goal? Is that fact?
Wow.
Can somebody confirm that for me? I've heard like that it's something like 17 or straight playoff games without a goal. So as far as him, going into the series saying, "Oh, well, they're going to win because they've got Kucherov. Well, if he never scores playoff goals, I think it's been going. It's going back like 4 series or something since he has scored in the playoffs. I believe. I think Paul was saying something to me, and it's just crazy. By the way, Paul sent me his playoff ticket tonight, and my goodness, accepting tickets, the Canadians, it's an absolute nightmare between friggin' Ticketmaster and the Canadians website. And you keep getting sent back and forth, and you can't get it in English, and they keep sending you in a circle. I've had this problem before, but it's horrible trying to accept tickets. And now apparently I've accepted them, but now I can't get them into my Google Wallet, and it keeps saying accepted conditions, and I keep accepting them. And again, this is me trying to translate, and then when I do, it doesn't. It just goes in a circle. Like I'm at wit's end here, and it's just every time I try to accept tickets, it's just a nightmare, and they got to get that fixed, Rick.
Yeah, I know. It's their clientele is not all 20-year-old kids who are like super savvy on the computers. They got to help it for people like us that we use our phones, but we're not. But I know exactly what you mean. I've had that problem too, where I'm trying to get tickets, I'm trying to send tickets, and I have no clue what's going on half the time. And then I start getting nervous, thinking that I just throw away these tickets or something. Like where they disappear to? So it's a tough time. They do have to improve that system.
But I mean, I'm freaking computer savvy. Shit. I mean, I joke about it at times, but when you have to log into the Habs, and of course you don't have your password, or it doesn't automatic. One of those sites where you got to have it, right? So get your password, put in a new one, and then it sends you right to Ticketmaster where you got to log in. And of course it's not automatic, and you got to remember your password, and you think I got it anywhere. I get a new password, and then it just sends you in a freaking circle, an endless circle. It's absolutely just a nightmare just trying to accept friggin' tickets. And then I finally did, and now I can't get them into my Google Wallet. So I'm gonna have to get the help of AI and say, okay, walk me through this, because it was a nightmare, and I wish they'd fix that. And they don't give you the option. You can have it in Esperanto translated, but you can't get it translated into English because Bill whatever, right? Some Frenchman in Saint Jean might learn a little English, and that would be just terrible. So it's pretty frustrating. Anyway, enough of that. I'm pretty damn happy, all in all. Jack-Eye was former tonight. I'm having issues downloading. Maybe it is because I'm a boomer, Rick. I just you hear?
I hear you. Yeah, no problem at all.
NHL.com event summary. Don't seem to be able to load it on here. Just bear with me, because I'd like to get up some stats. If not, I'll just open the damn thing. There we go. Okay, here it is. Let's have a look at the final statistics. So, who led the way? Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Hutson, eh? Hutson played 29 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just, what can you say about the kid, right? He's just he's top 5 NHL defenseman right now. I think it's and could be a difference maker at both ends, right? Anyone that claims, oh well, he's not good defensively, he puts up lots of points, they don't watch him. They aren't watching him and see how good he is defending. Like, he had 17 more minutes than Struble tonight, or almost 17 minutes. Cappy with the lowest amount of ice time, 8:25. Bolduc 9-10. So, you know, when they threw out Evans' line like second, I said, okay, what this really is that the captain line's the fourth line now, and
Yeah.
that's how it played out, and that's fine. I mean, you know, they're the guys that have the most to prove, I suppose, and they're the youngest. I like Kirby Doc. I like Kirby Doc's jam tonight. I thought he played. Anyone that says that he doesn't compete did not watch that game very closely tonight. I thought he was very strong along the wall. Played hard, got in there, used his size. I like Kirby Doc's game tonight. How about you, Rick?
I thought he was really good. I think that line needs a playmaker individually. There's nothing wrong with these guys, but they need a playmaker somewhere in that line, and it's just not happening right now. So Kirby
Yeah.
does a little bit of it, but I think he more like powers through and stick handling and size. But he needs a playmaker on that line. It's just not there right now. But they didn't make any big mistakes without the puck either. They got the puck in
No.
deep. They played well defensively, and for right now, a line that's a fourth line, that's all you could ask for. Just survive and do well. And I've had no issues with that. But again, hopefully they'll be able to get it going. A goal somewhere at some point might get that line going a little bit. And if not, just play smart, and don't cause any don't make any mistakes that's gonna put your team in the hole.
Yeah. No, that third line or whatever fourth line was pretty solid. They had quite a bit of zone time. Right in the first period, there, Oliver or Kapanen chipped a play. Did you see that one off the boards and sprung Bolduc on a really good chance? That was a beautiful. He makes nice little plays like that don't always get much appreciation. But I thought Cappy. I thought they were fine tonight. That line. We're getting people saying Texier needs to be replaced. Da da da. I don't know. I didn't mind Texier tonight. What did you think that he struggled or?
No, I thought it was fine. It's not a. It becomes a chemistry question, right? With what they have. To me is the problem, and I know we've been a proponent, Grant, of having Doc play with Newhook and Demidov, and that would be an idea. But I think what he's trying to do with what he has is to create a line with a style or a system that's cohesive a little bit. So I think Texier, Newhook, and Demidov can push the pace a lot better than Doc on that line. And that's what he's going to try to do, right? Have them score by moving the puck quickly, playing with a lot of energy and pace, and hopefully try to get opportunities that way. And if you put Texier on that other line, well, then, maybe the chemistry is not going to be as good. So you're trying to make the lines better than the sum of its part as much as you can. And I think that's the plan for Marty. So I would keep the lines right now from what I saw today as it is. Texier was not bad. I don't have any issues with him. He got involved. He pressured. He played solid positional game. I have no issues with Texier.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they were out against the top line quite often.
Yeah.
Like they sort of got matched up against the Kucherov line, and hey, Kucherov didn't get any goals, so and who was on his side? Texier there. So. I mean, I didn't hate Texier's game tonight, but the line that ended up getting the second most, it looks like here. Well, okay, the centers got Evans got 15 minutes, right? Anderson got 14:47. So really, they that line was kind of the second line as far as usage went tonight. And what was a big part of the win, I thought, was Suzuki in the faceoff circle. He was dynamite tonight. 15 wins in the faceoff circle, 6 losses, 71% on draws tonight. And the Habs were 61% to 39. So that they won some important draws and it kept the play going. Getting that penalty at the end was pretty huge. They at the end. What did you think of Marty calling that timeout?
Gutsy move, man. I was worried when he did that. I go, boy, oh boy. I hope that doesn't burn them later. I like the boldness. It's crazy a little bit, but I think he figured that, we're probably not going to get another power play the way this game is called and the way it's called in overtime. So let's make it happen now. And let's just go for it. And I think he had a lot of faith in the guys that were on the ice. He saw the way that line was playing on, because they were really good on the power play. They were getting a ton of chances. They were moving the puck really well. They felt it today. So I think it was an opportunity to say, let's not drag this on. Let's go for it. We're gonna best opportunity to get the win. Let's play like we're pushing it. Let's play like we believe it. Let's play like we're gonna take it. We're not gonna be safe as death, as John Tortorella says. And what a great call, man. I was worried, but at the end of the day, that was a great call.
Well, the second unit has sucked, right?
Yeah.
The second power play unit has sucked all year, basically. Yep. And the first power play unit was on tonight. And so the main reason why he did it was to keep them rest them up. And he didn't even talk. He just they came over to the bench and just, get your breath, boys. Get back out there. Get it to Slaf in the bumper. Maybe all he said, because Slaf was it's funny, like earlier, Cole tried one of those Caulfield at the friggin' impossible angle things, and Slaf was open in the slot, and normally I don't, Cole can shoot whenever he wants, but with Slaf feeling it in the bumper tonight, I was wishing that he had passed it to Slaf that time, but it didn't matter in the end because Slaf ended up getting it sort of in the bumper, little to the side, and a beautiful shot on Vasilevsky. Hat trick, playoff hat trick for Slaf. I wish Liam was here and he could tell us who the last Hab was that scored a hat trick in the playoff game. But did did anyone mention it? I didn't catch. I know Lafleur did it a couple times, and Liam mentioned Lafleur earlier today, his first playoff game that he ever went to, Buffalo, right?
Yeah,
against Buffalo. He saw the Hattie from Flowers, so that was pretty cool. I'm just going to send a message. You go ahead there, Rick.
Yeah, I think John LeClaire might have scored a hat trick at some point. I may be wrong, but for some reason I'm thinking that.
Eric Desjardins in the cup.
Oh yeah, game. Obviously, right. That's true. Right? That's true. Also, Grant, quickly, when you were talking about Marty St. Louis not talking to the players, I was like, it reminded me. It's like I think Demidov was doing most of the talking, and Suzuki was just staring at him with a bit of a smile, thinking, "Sure, rookie, go ahead, tell me what you got to say." But Demidov was just going on and on. I thought, wow, this kid has confidence.
Oh my God, we're up over 1,000. We're up over 1,000 already, and we're 26 minutes in. 140 here. If you're watching on X, there's about 800. Come on over to the YouTube HabsCast and join in on the fun here. We got lots of people chiming in, and I'll try my best to get to your comments. Oh, Charles,
Yes,
I was wondering, were you napping before the game? Because I said, "Where's Charles from Scotland? He must be napping before the game." And here he is, and he sent £5. I thank you very much, Mr. Scotland. Hab sent message to Tampa last 2 games of the season and sent another tonight, despite calls going against them. Bob Dylan, the times they are changing. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm not the biggest Texier fan, and and people are saying, you could take Texier out, you could take Bolduc out, but you know what? They went on the road and they won in Tampa, game 1. I would be surprised if there's any changes for the next game. I think you go with the winning lineup, and hey, if Texier sucks next game, you got Galley and Valeno that can ably replace him. But the fact that they pretty much held that first line in check, going up against them much of the night, that line, I don't know that Marty will be looking at changing it up.
I agree. I don't know why he would anyways. Like I said, and you were saying it too, Granny. Texas didn't make any big mistakes. Texas played well. And the fact of the matter is, if you replace him by Gallagher, let's say, Gallagher gives you a ton of jam around the net. He's a warrior. All those things are true, but he's going to slow down his line. That's the truth. He just doesn't have that same quickness that he used to have, especially the first few steps. So that's a problem, right? It doesn't help the Habs if the game goes slower. It helps Tampa Bay quite a lot because that's more in their wheelhouse. You could bring in Valeno, who's playing really well, playing with a lot of energy and then battling, but he's got like 2 goals in 60 games, I think, or something like that. So that doesn't, that's a problem too, right? It's not replace Texier if you want, but I don't know if there's anything out there that the Habs have that's going to be better for the Habs right now. Maybe the next playoff series is going to be different if it's another team. Well, it might change something, but right now, I think against Tampa Bay, Texier is the best option for what he could bring.
Look, he had one of the best chances of the game, and damn near scored when he got the puck in the slot and made a nice backhand pass, and it hit friggin' Vasilevsky right about there, and just if that goes in, there's nobody saying, "Oh, Texier's got to come out." Would have been a huge goal,
right about that.
So I mean, 2 inches more, and nobody's saying Texier needs to be out. Anyways, Donnie, I usually agree with you, my friend, but on this one, I didn't think Texier was that bad. I'm not a big Texier fan, but considering that they had to go up against Tampa's top line and pretty much held them in check and actually had some almost scored, especially on that play. I don't see Marty making that change for the next game, at least.
Right on.
Died on Sunday. Plus minus doesn't count power play and PK. Slaf was -1 at 5-on-5. Maybe Slaf gets benched next game. What do you think? No way. Probably not.
No, Glenn. I wouldn't do that myself, but I'm not a hockey expert like Marty St. Louis is. But I'll bet that it's not Slaf who gets benched the next game.
No, I'm thinking Slaf might get to stay on that top line, and maybe even on the power play. I have a feeling that he might be.
Bold,
he might be on at least on the second power play, if not the first. Glenn, you made it early, buddy. CH was fortunate with the win tonight. Too many penalties and only 2 lines were really going. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are kind of glasses half empty tonight with the comments. I guess signs of a pretty good team when you win game 1 in Tampa, where all the experts are picking Tampa to win the series, and people are finding lots of issues. So it's a sign of a good team, and it's a sign of a fan base that is getting high expectations again. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay.
Yeah, also the Habs, we were saying the Habs only had 2 lines that got going. Tampa Bay only had 2 lines going also. So the Habs were able to neutralize Tampa Bay's lines, which is playoff hockey. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of just getting a little bit better than your opponent, because these are all very good teams. It's a hard playoff series. The game is not called the same way. Yes, I think I'd like to see a little bit more scoring opportunities on the other lines, but at the end of the day, there's just not that many scoring opportunities anyways in the playoff, guys. So you have to maybe change a little bit the way you're watching the games come playoff time. It's not the same thing as the regular season.
Yeah. And that hit Dastu got introduced to playoff hockey tonight. There, that hit. He wasn't in too good a shape after that.
Hope he's better.
I hope he's okay. Yeah, I noticed. Matheson was a beast tonight. No big mistakes. This is why he plays 20 plus minutes every night, folks. He was freaking outstanding. 6 block shots. Physical. He was physical tonight. Hey, grabbing the bull by the horns here. He's the leader back there. He's the mentor. I love that practice. Did you see the practice with Reinbacher and Engstrom and him showing them that exercise through the pylons?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh my goodness. He and it was great to see. Like, what better teacher for those guys than Mike Matheson, teaching them how to skate, how to be mobile, like, because he is one of the smoothest skaters in the NHL. There's just no two ways about it. That defense core, they utilized their speed tonight, and the transition game was pretty good. Tampa really didn't get them hemmed in with the forechecking all that much tonight. It's certainly a lot different than it looked game 1 against Washington last year in the playoffs. It was a different. I thought it was a much different game. Getting that playoff experience, all these guys, like Arbord never been in a playoff. Well, he didn't play in the first game last year, but before last year, he'd never been playoff game. Hutson hadn't been in an NHL playoff game. Struble hadn't been in an NHL playoff game. Demidov, you go on and on, Kapanen, all these guys, right? This year, they've got that experience under their wings, and they came in and they knew better what to expect tonight.
Yeah.
They weren't intimidated. In fact, they took it to Tampa for the most part, I thought.
You're right.
I mean, 44-42 the hits, so they both hit quite a bit, but I thought the Canadians were probably the more physical of the two teams. They certainly had the bigger hits, I thought, for the most part. Good. I don't think that Tampa, I feel a lot better about Montreal's chances, and not just because they ended up winning. Even if they didn't win, my thought was, going into the overtime, win or lose, I feel a lot better about Montreal's chances in this series.
I agree 100%, Grant. And that's one of the first things I mentioned was that it's the maturity of the Habs game. And then, like, I want to point out, let's say Arbor Xhekaj in the last month, he's improved his game so much. And the one thing that I find very different with Xhekaj defensively is he stopped playing the puck as much defensively. He's playing the man a little bit more. So he's not looking down, trying to find the puck and getting mixed up with his assignments. He's keeping his head up, getting in the way of the opponent, and just moving the puck when he gets it safely. And that's calmed this game down now. And as he calms down, now he's starting to try to do stuff with the puck a little bit more offensively. He came in pretty deep twice, I think, in the game, which he never would have done that 2 months ago because he would have been too scared. Now, settle down, don't chase the puck, play the man, keep your position, and it went really, really well. And again, what you were saying about Matheson, and it's so right on. He was a warrior. And I remember the first time I actually saw him, he was a 15-year-old kid, and he was at the Montreal, the Quebec Junior Major Hockey League showcase of draft-eligible players for their draft. And he was standing out to everybody because of his skating. And I remember walking out, and I think it was the Quebec Rompar head coach, and he was talking to his guy, and he says, that effing Matheson is the best skater I've seen in a long time. And he was so good at that age. And you're seeing it. You're seeing it now, and he's brought some toughness a little bit too. You don't have to be the strongest guy. You have to just have courage to play a physical game in the NHL.
Yeah. Glenn, CH was fortunate to win the game tonight. Too many penalties, and only 2 lines were really going. I sort of mentioned this a bit before, but the too many penalties part, I don't know. Talk to the refs about that one, Glenn. I think there were some some chintzy calls, especially that one on Slaf. That one was just ridiculous. I understood completely why Slaf lost it there. And between that and then getting hit by McDonough, woke up the sleeping giant. And, Slaf, 3 power play goals now. That's 3 more than Shane Wright. 3 right there, right? Hutson,
oh boy, yeah.
Hutson is the difference maker. He is the QB of the power play, and in my opinion, he is the one player who is indispensable. Oh yeah, he's just the kid is something else. He really is. Absolutely. What a he's a big part of why this team's turned around and been a 90, 91 and now 106-point team the last 2 years. Lane Hutson's a huge part of that, Rick.
I couldn't agree more, Grant. I mean, the thing that freaks me out so much is how good he is defensively, and you talked about that earlier, and you're right about that. And the thing is that he plays 29 minutes, and he's not, he's not an energy-saving defenseman. Like, he's always in movement, and he can still handle 29 minutes like it's not a problem. I think he could have played another 29, no problem at all today. He was feeling it, and he could have made a lot of mistakes because I got to admit, Tampa Bay played him hard and smart, and he just rose to the challenge. He just, you know what, going to come after me. I'm going to skate my way out of it, and he did. He skated, he shifted, and he got out of trouble so many times. And I think he had Tampa Bay wasting their energy chasing after him.
Yeah. And I love when, the guy, whoever it was, gets the little pushing match with him and just laugh like, oh, yeah. Oh, Liam's in the hot tub. I guess that means not. I'm glad he didn't give me any more details on that, but okay, Liam. I guess there's a hot tub in the tavern there. Tabernac. Good stuff, Liam. Well, I'm not gonna push that. He's not gonna make the post game show here, folks. I got his picture up there, but we'll have to just amend that. Just be you and me, Rick.
All right, no problem, man. But happy that Liam's having a great time. Hot tub is a great way to celebrate a Habs win, I guess.
Oh, I guess so. Hey, if I had a friggin' hot tub, I think I'd be in it right now too. I'd be doing it out of the hot tub. I'd make sure it was just a headshot.
Yes, please.
No. Okay. Where is the playoffs? I am looking for Slaf's playoff references being 25. Career playoffs. Oh, they've got a new thing now. Career playoffs. Okay, I got to remember that. Under game logs for Hockey Reference, they now have career playoffs. So he has played 6 career playoff games, Rick.
Yeah.
5 goals.
Oh, Jesus.
Not bad.
Wow. Wow. Grant, when we watch players for the draft, right, and we have this discussion, you and I off air sometimes, we're looking at certain players. We say, oh, well, we like him in the regular season, but this guy's going to be a playoff performer, and we value that so high. We're like, we'll take an average regular season if this guy is going to be a playoff performer. And it's good to see that Slaf is a big-time playoff performer. 5 goals in 6 games. I'll take that any day of the week, my friend. That is impressive.
Not bad for 6-3. How many guys have scored 5 goals in their first 6 playoff games? I bet you it's not a huge number. And I agree completely, Rick. I think especially when you're picking in the top 10, I really believe that you ultimately, if you're taking a player in the top 10, you're taking someone who you want to help you win at playoff time first and foremost. And I mean, people say, well, yeah, you need players to get you there too. But if you're a player that helps a team win at playoff time, you're helping them get to the playoffs too.
Yeah,
you're a damn good player all around. So
I agree. I agree.
you know, we've got 1,000 people watching on X, 127 on Recruits HabsCast. I'm here with Rick Springhetti. We're recapping the Habs' big Game 1 win over Tampa. I'm always saying, "Oh, just don't get swept. Just don't get swept." There's always that little party. Just what if they,
Yeah,
what if they get swept? What if they lose the first 2 games? They lose in overtime game 3, and it just, that's the part that you always worry about. I hate
yeah,
to see a team get swept. Uh, when you go into the other team's building game 1 and you win, all right, they're already in trouble. You've taken away home ice advantage. You just don't lose at home, and you've got it. But it's now you want more, right? You want to go. You
yeah.
want to go back to Tampa next game. Um, Glenn's saying they can play better, and they can. The forwards can play better. I think the defense was as solid as could be. I want the same game from the defense. But if you get all 4 lines going a little better next game, Tampa's in trouble.
I have no doubt about it. And winning games when things are not going your way is part of being a championship team. And right now, the Habs are finding ways to win with what they have. Um, that's what you need to do. And you need to rely on different things. And they relied on a system, and they relied on mistake-free hockey, and they relied on being tenacious, and they relied on their opportunities. It's part of the whole thing. And when you talk about, like, please don't be swept, especially in this market. If ever they would have been swept, I thought they would have been asking for Slafkovsky's head, Suzuki's head, and Caulfield's head, and that I fear that because there's a market that's emotional, and they get, and even tonight, like, the Habs won, and there's still a lot of concern. It seems like from a lot of fans. You have to, again, it comes out to my point before, Grant. Uh, Playoff hockey, you don't win pretty, and you generally don't win easy. You don't have that wide open, we won 5-1. That doesn't happen. Look at the scores, I think, since yesterday. I think one game was a real blowout. I think by memory, the Minnesota-Dallas game, I think, ended 6-1, but every other game was pretty. I know Colorado has dominated everybody in the NHL this year. Best team in hockey. They squeaked by with a 2-1 win today. I mean, for a Los Angeles team that has a lot of holes, that's playoff hockey. I mean, it's just every game is going to be hard fought and difficult, and you're barely going to get by most of the time. You got to get used to it.
Audio Murphy. I like smoking the lightning, heavy metal thunder. Good stuff. Audio. Yes, Born to Be Wild, my friend. One of the great tunes of the '60s. He's Audio's a '60s child, so he's reaching back into the playlist there. Great tune. Canadian band too, were mostly, by the way, Steppenwolf. They were great. Cap has also not been good for a while. Yeah, geez, guys, let's don't worry, be happy tonight. Everybody's talking about Texture wasn't that good. Cappy hasn't been good for a while. Friggin' Bolduc. Come on, guys, be happy. Have a beer with me. Let's silver lining.
Yes,
everybody, let's just celebrate here.
Yeah.
Slaf, the new junior Jaeger Jr. No, he's Jaeger Senior. Jaeger wishes he was Slaf. Dejana scored a hattie. Yep, he did. That was Lafleur, 3 goals, 3 assists against St. Louis. I remember that. That was a great game. Galley should play the home games, take out Texier or Bolduc. All right. Well, I'm telling you right now, guys, if they're up 2-0 with the lineup that they have, there's nobody coming out. It's just not happening. Would McDavid be tempted to join us when he's a UFA? That's what I thought about that all night. Like, it's going into overtime, and I'm thinking, would McDavid be? I don't know about you, Rick. Was all that was on your mind tonight? Would
Jeez,
McDavid
I
join
was
the
so
team?
nervous. My mind was blank half the night. But would McDavid want to join the Habs when he becomes a UFA? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'd be happy if he did, but we'll see in a few years. I think he's 4 years away from being a UFA at this point still. So he just signed the contract, a 4-year deal, I believe, at the start of this year. So it's pretty far away. I'm not worried about that right now. And then I could see him trying. I don't know how long Edmonton's window's open for, but they're going to be going for it this year and next at least. And then after that, I think they might run out of space, and then we'll see. But I mean,
Yeah.
it'll be difficult to get them out of Edmonton. These guys don't move very often. They're just too valuable, not just in terms of hockey players, but marketing and finances are part of it. And the owner does not want to have McDavid move. It just costs too much business wise, not only hockey wise.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The next big free agents that are available, and it's not often that they are, teams now just sign these guys up like long-term deals when they're 21 to 23, sign them. So the next big one, he might be a guy in his early 30s, like a McDavid, whatever. I mean, I doubt McDavid moves. He's the kind of guy that he's a pretty solid character. And I think, just like Sid, he'll want to be loyal, to the team that he's been with all his career. I'd be surprised if he moves out of Edmonton unless it gets to a point where, they just keep making stupid management. They never get a good defense or whatever.
Goldtending.
Yeah, and get a goalie. Don't trade up when you have a chance to draft Sebastian Jesper Wallstedt.
Yeah.
That just freaked me out at the time. I just what are you doing? Sheldon Hughes throws me a toonie. Great playoff road win. Thanks, Sheldon. I appreciate that. I'll send Rick 2 cents out of that. Very much appreciated. What issue do you have with my? Oh, okay. You guys get that sorted out. I'm not getting in the middle of a cat fight here. Think Habs were dogging the PP in the last few games to throw a curveball in the playoffs. Yeah, that's what they were doing, I think, Jay. Let's just not score last few games. They'll scout them. They won't be worried about us. And then bam, bam, bam. No, I don't think anyone ever purposely
No.
Doesn't score, especially when you're trying to, hit 50 goals like Cole was. And, he wasn't purposely missing getting the 50 of the goal because they were trying to throw a curveball for the playoffs. I would not be shocked if the Bruins swept the Sabres. Well, hey, Sabres are this year's Habs, right? They're just about the whole team. It's new. It's new to them that they're in the playoffs. And Swayman's a good goalie, and he looks like he doesn't want to give up anything right now. You never know. Boston's got a solid defense. They've got a kind of a playoff type team, like big boys. They play a rugged style. Yeah, it's possible, but I think Buffalo comes back and wins the next one, and then it'll be a new series. But if they don't, then they're in trouble for sure.
Best thing Boston have going for them is the ability to make trades with the Toronto Maple Leafs that really work out well for them. Oh God, it's bad.
Yeah. Is Texas primarily Cooch defense 1-1? Maybe. Again, like Texas had a couple of chances tonight. It wasn't just defense. Demi set up Texas in the slot. Yeah. Give Anderson a shot on line too. Well, Yeah, and he can play anywhere right now. The way he's playing, we got power horse Anderson. Yeah, put him on the first line and put Slaf on the second line.
Risky. That never really worked out with Anderson, Caulfield, and Suzuki in the past few
No,
years. So
it didn't. But when Andy's playing like that,
yeah,
he could help any line if you put him on. If the team would have been crushed defensively, Galley and Valeno would make sense, but they would not generate more offense at 5-5, which is what we need. Pretty much, I would say so. That's a good point, Rick. Montreal needs to play with as much speed as possible against Tampa. Yeah, I think so. Demi set up. Yes. Keep the same lineup for the next game. Go Habs, go. Right on, Darren. I agree. Demi needs some support as he is on his own 5-on-5. Well, anyway, there'll always be some things that we feel we could improve. Good evening, gents. Yeah. Great first game. Habs are ready for this. They battle and keep the faith. Is Tampa lost like six or seven of their last 8 at home now or something? It was another stat I heard tonight with that's just
something like that.
Kind of crazy, Yet Cooper's going to get all sorts of Jack Adams votes and Marty's not this year. Like, it's funny how these things go, the narratives go, right? Like all of a sudden something gets snowballing and, well, Cooper's never got votes. So this year, even though they didn't improve points-wise, Marty improved 15 points. He's got like half a team that was Stanley Cup winners. So, like, what's so great about his coaching job of a team full of guys that won 2 cups? Like, he wasn't any better coaching this year than any other year, but people they say, well, he's never been one of the 3 finalists, so let's do it this year instead of actually just picking the 3 coaches that are most deserving. Like, it becomes a kind of a popularity contest is what happens with the
maybe they're going to give some love to John Cooper because I think Tampa's had a ton of injuries this year, and maybe that's one of the reasons. But I mean, I think it's maybe John Cooper does deserve the respect, but I think Marty St. Louis is not getting enough respect is my biggest issue. He's still seen like a rookie coach or a new coach. Every time the team, you've seen this happen, right, Grant? When the team has a few bad losses in a row, you see, oh, well, he needs an experienced coach to work with him. Marty's been coaching for a while now. Like, experience is not really the big issue for Marty. He's got experience now. He's good to go. So for me, it's more about Marty not getting the respect he deserves more than anything else.
Yeah. Well, as far as the ton of injuries things go, I mean, I addressed this the other day, Rick. Kucherov missed 6 games. Gensel missed 1 game. Hagel missed 11 games. Cirelli missed 11 games. Point missed 19. Like, none of these guys missed 20 games. None of their top scorers, not one.
That's true. That's true.
And Moser played all his games. Gord played all the games. You keep going down the list here. The only guy really that's truly significant player that missed any significant portion of the season was Hedman. And I mean, the Habs had Gouli miss almost as much. And then Doc and Newhook missed way more than any of those guys I just listed. So, and then the Habs had Monty in nets for half the season. So that
was a problem.
Like, considering they ended up with the exact same amount of points, considering that Marty's got the youngest team in the league, second youngest, considering that he improved by 15 points and Tampa improved by 3 or something like that. It just doesn't make sense that Cooper, and he's gonna be one of the, you just know it because you hear all of the, it's like this every year. It's like you knew when Barkov was finally going to win the Selke because, that narrative started to pick up that, okay, Barkov's the best. And yeah, you heard it about Matthews the year that he was a finalist. That, oh, one of the best defensive. Really? He's one of the best defensive players in the league. Really? But you knew that they were going to vote for it, and he ended up being one of the 3 finalists. And just like Suzuki, I expect Suzuki to win the Selke this year, even though he hardly penalty killed. I mean, I think he deserves to be a finalist, but all because you hear it. You hear the buzz, and it becomes like a popularity. Media guys agree together, and they'll read other. Oh well, I guess that's who we got to vote for this year, because it's not like everybody's watching every game and breaking it down and watching their play away from the puck. It's impossible, right? So you have to sort of go with the consensus. It seems like for these kinds of awards, but and that goes with the Jack Adams too, to a certain degree, I guess, because and part of it is that Cooper's coached the Canadian team, I guess, the last couple of times too, right? And that would also be part of it. But it's just, well, he's never been nominated. Well, there were better years that he should have been nominated or even won than this year. Really,
no,
but
no, I agree with you, and I wish they would have. I wish some of those awards were voted in by like the NHL team pro scouts or people like that. That really do watch these games, because I mean, a ton of respect for many journalists in Montreal are really good, and they put in they work very hard, but I don't think many of them are watching a ton of Vancouver and Calgary and Minnesota games every night. Like they watch some hockey and they know what's going on, but they're really following the Eastern Conference teams because they know that the team that the Habs are going to play. They're not really keeping a close eye on Utah. I don't think a lot of them are watching Utah hockey games on a Wednesday night, at 10 o'clock. So I really wish the NHL pro scouts and GMs and guys like that would be the ones making those votes, and I think you'd get a much better result that way.
Yeah. Well, and you see it in the voting. Like typically, Eastern writers vote for Eastern players because that's the guys that they've seen predominantly, right? And the same with Western guys. And there's a nice colored. Just got a nice colored message from Donnie McCaskill. Beer fund for Grant Montreal. Wow. $20. Thanks, buddy. I gotta disagree with you more often. Okay, who else can I disagree with here? Find somebody I can disagree with, and will you send me $20? Thanks, Donnie. I appreciate it. Don's a great. I don't know. Did you get snowed on, Don, up there? I know there was a big snowstorm, and silence from the center of the universe is deafening. Yes, isn't it? Yeah, Leaf fans can't say too much now, eh?
No.
Yet another playoff where the Habs got more wins than the Leafs. 2 of the power play goals are showing some cons of the Tampa defense system because they put a lot of pressure on the puck owner, external players. They can leave the slot a bit open. Those are good points. Rick, you got a pint going. The game ended early. Are you in a rush to leave, or can you hang out with us for a bit?
I'll do another 5 minutes, Grant, then I'm gonna.
5 minutes.
Up early tomorrow.
You and your 5 minutes. I should have waited another 5 minutes before I asked.
Well, our 5 minutes usually amounts to 15 after time. So.
Okay. Well, all right. As long as that's not a hard 5 minutes, buddy. All right. Habs look good tonight and only going to get better. See, that's what I want to hear. Positivity. But it's only 1 game. Quit calling for a change when the team wins. There we go. I'm with you, Bruce Kidd. I was thinking of Bruce Hood. Remember that referee?
Yeah.
Luke and Cappy struggle tonight. Cappy for the last. Okay. Yep. We know. I didn't think Cappy struggled tonight. I thought he was fine. I'd almost put money on that not happening. If anything, I could see Galley coming in next game with the way Marty makes decisions. Yeah,
I don't see
I
it.
don't think so. The way Marty, live from the hot tub. Yeah, the way Marty makes decisions is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they won the friggin' game. They went into Tampa. Was it a Picasso? No. But look at the other team. And my colleague here, Rick, actually had one good point tonight. And that was that that was the Tampa. Did all four Tampa lines play great? No, they didn't. There was maybe two lines that were going. Maybe. Was their top line great tonight? Did you find, Rick?
No, there wasn't much happening. I think Kucherov took a few good shots, but they were all from pretty far, actually. You didn't really get, you didn't get any shots that were really close up too many times. I thought the Habs kept them away from the crease pretty well generally, and the few times he came in, I thought he was a little bit to the side, like a little bit too, far down in a sense. So no, I always say this too, is no matter how good you are, no matter how successful the team is, there's always going to be like a worse player, or like
Yeah.
there's always going to be somebody that's not quite as good as the others. You're not going to have a team of 20 guys all at the same level playing at exactly the same degree of excellence. So you got to look at it that way. It comes out to the same point I was making before. You want to take Texier out, or you want to take Kapanen out? Who's coming in, and are they going to do a better job? I don't see that right now. I don't think Valeno and Gallagher, again, in this playoff series, are the answer.
Yeah. Maybe I should try to get a sponsor for like worst player of the game. Okay? Would you sponsor that? Rick Springhetti's worst player of the game.
Oh boy, I'm not going to go show my face at the Bell Center. They'll hate me.
Francois, thank you for the tuning, sir.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. As always, guys, keep it coming. Even if Habs gave 2 goals at 4 and 5, I still felt they played really well. They stopped a lot of zone entries and limited the chances. We'll have success on the PK if we continue playing like this. There you go. I agree. Might be second OT game of this playoffs coming right up. Oh, yeah? Which game is that now? Who's playing right now? Did Buffalo still going? I guess I should look at the
right now Buffalo's leading. At the moment, Buffalo has the lead. Unless they just scored, I don't know, but if I look at it on NHL.com, it's 4-3 Buffalo.
So Buffalo, the team that's going to get swept, is leading game 1 4-3. Wow.
Yes.
How are they going to that's going to I'll be really impressed if Boston ends up sweeping this if they lose game 1. Oh, they lost. It's over.
It is over, eh? Wow.
They got buffaloed.
Jeez.
What the hell? Okay. So Buffalo scored 4 freaking goals. Imagine how the crowd in the third period. Oh my goodness. So Boston went up 2-0, and then Thompson, Samuelson, Tuck, the Tage Thompson show. Yeah. Wow. Well, you know what? I don't think Buffalo's going to get swept. Whoever it was that said that.
No.
You want to bet? You want to bet on that, buddy?
I like Tage Thompson, but he's no Slafkovsky, obviously, right? He only stops at 2, not at 3.
That's right. Well, they were even strength, though. Okay. He had a better plus minus, so for some people that's the be all and end all. Yeah. Wow. see what I miss, guys, for you
God.
coming on here and doing this show, and thanks to Donnie, he made it worthwhile sending me a 20. So it's all good.
And the
Listen,
others too. There's a few others that have chipped in, and we're very thankful too.
oh yeah, but I think of the 20 first and foremost.
Yeah, I gotta give a little bit of love to Donnie.
Toonies are nice, don't get me wrong, but 20, yeah. Put it this way, the old fishing. You ever see that? Put the $20 bill on the fishing line. I remember this old timer that used to do that. He'd sit on his porch and he'd put it like a 20 on and throw it out and he had out the fishing line, and the person would go to grab it.
Oh my gosh! What a way to entertain ourselves.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone that's contributed. Thank you, Rick. You know what? I'm going to let you go after 5 minutes just because I just, this is you've done double duty again today, my friend.
Thank you.
And I mean, Liam, he's in the friggin' hot tub, right? So I feel guilty dragging you out here again when you could be in the hot tub with Liam. But
I like Liam, not that much.
No, that doesn't sound quite as appealing as what I said.
Right.
Yeah. Well, okay,
Right.
Okay, Rick.
Thank
Early
you.
morning.
Thank you.
Get your. You're gonna dream sweetly tonight.
Thank you. Yes.
No nightmares about Slafs plus minus. Okay.
No, not a chance. And thank you everyone for another great day of hockey talk. It's always a lot of fun with all of you.
Okay, Rick.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Rick Springhetti, folks, the one and only. Why do you think Marty took Cap off the second line with the success they had? Hey, Brian. Because he struggled in the face-off circle, and Newhook was winning more draws down the stretch. Marty decided he thought Newhook was playing better defensively, and that he would be a better option at center on the second line. Cappy started turning over pucks, struggling somewhat down the stretch, so he put Newhook in the second line spot because he thought he was playing better, and he's probably not wrong about that. Not crazy about it, but yeah. People are commenting here. What a comeback by Buffalo. This could break Boston. Yeah, well, Buffalo's got one of those teams, man. You get they got that one goal. They're yeah, thanks, folks. Their crowd, it would have been nuts. I wish I'd have watched it. I'll maybe watch the replay on that because I'm sure when they scored the first one, crowd got going. Scored the second one, nuts. Third one, forget it. Fourth one, pandemonium. Sabres fans are acting like they won the cup. Hey, man, first playoff win in 16 years. Believe me, I feel great for Buffalo. Good. I would not be surprised if Buffalo sweeps Boston. Yeah. That's the post of the night, Bob. Did you post the first one? Those hits that Montreal threw tonight will start to hurt those old Tampa players. I know, way. And the Arbor got a couple of good shots in on Kucherov too. I loved it. That's a good point, Bob. But that's the post of the night right there. Can we have a post of the night? I would not be surprised if Buffalo sweeps Boston. That's a killer. Ryan saying Cappy played well. I think he did. I think Cappy was fine. Sabres double Bruin shots on goal. Uncle B, that's a fairly new. You haven't posted too often, Uncle B. Thanks. By the way, everyone, please. We've had quite a few people on here tonight. You know, playoffs. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We're getting close to 5,000 subscribers. I'm at 4,700 now. So let's get it up to 500 during the playoffs here if we can, okay? Even get some friends if you don't mind. You know any Habs fans? Tell them, hey, subscribe to Grant's HabsCast. Check it out sometime. If you can spread the word, I want to get a really I really like to build a community this playoff even more if we can. It'd be a great favor, but please start by hitting the like button, the hype button, subscribe if you can. It's all good. It triggers the algorithm, gets more people seeing the the link, the recommendation. Hey, next up, all that stuff. So the more you interact in that way with my YouTube channel, and that goes for you watching on X too. That's why I ask the people that are watching this HabsCast on X, if you can come over, it would be great. Come over to the just type in HabsCast in your Google box there, and it'll come right up. Recruits HabsCast. Click on the link and press like or subscribe or whatever. It would be great. I want to give a shout out, which I do after every game, to my great sponsor and friend Mike. Next Level Hockey, folks. Specialists in hockey development trusted by NHL prospects. Whether you're looking to elevate your shooting, skating, stick handling, or overall game, NLH is here to take your game to the next level. Visit them at nextlevelhockey.com and follow their Instagram at nextlevelhockey_ for daily tips, posts, and updates. If you or someone you know of young aspiring hockey players who want to elevate their game, trust Next Level Hockey to guide them forward. Next Level Hockey. It's in the name. And I am not getting pretty good with the clicks here. I've got to do this. There we go. Wayne, you still here? How's the flooding doing? I hope your sister isn't getting flooded out, buddy. Give me an update. Maybe send me a text and let me know how Linda's putting up with the flooding. I heard that you moved some furniture upstairs and stuff. Here's hoping that the Ottawa doesn't flood her house. Thinking about Linda tonight. Didn't rain. The rain's got to stop. That's for sure. Hey, Grant. Great win by Habs. Any chance Engstrom and Reinbacher go help Laval when playoffs start in 7-10 days? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a possibility. Laval will get winner of Amerks Marlies. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Vinny Rohrer, a goal and an assist, both shorthanded tonight in his AHL debut. That's got to be a record. A goal, 2 points in your first AHL game, both on the both shorthanded. Got to be a record. Has to be. And Beck had a goal and an assist shorthanded. They each scored and they each assisted on the other guys. There is a friggin'. I'm not surprised that they're an effective penalty killing tandem. They'll be murder on opposing teams in the playoffs here coming up. I'm telling you, it's going to be great. Can somebody clue me in to how many likes we have so far? Have we hit the 100 mark tonight? I'd appreciate it if you could, if somebody could update that for me. Susie Slade in the face-off dot. Yes, destroyed Cirelli pretty consistently. 15 wins, 6 losses, 71%. Hey, any game you win 15 faceoffs, you're slaying the other guy for sure. And Cirelli's a decent faceoff guy, I do believe. So, and here's a Habs needed the help of the refs. Let's be honest. Yeah, because that phantom call on Slaf for sure. The 4 minutes Gooley got for the Tampa guy hitting a stick up into his own player. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, let's be honest. Leaf fan in the house, eh? And hope Buffalo loses, humble those dumb fans for another 15 years. Habs need the help, man. Okay, well, bye-bye, Barber. Have a nice life. It's just somebody coming on to troll. He's gone. Newhook was 1 for 7. 2. Newhook wasn't great in the face-off tonight. He won 2, lost 5. So, Cappy 67%, Newhook 29, but Cappy only took 3. So not a very good. Texier 1, 2 out of 3. He actually has played center before, so yeah. If anything, Tampa needs to play with more discipline. Yeah. Oh, it was just somebody trolling. Don't worry about it. Rick, thanking everyone to join us. Well, not everyone. Everyone minus one guy who's gone now. Always love the talk. Yeah, me too. Slaf is the 3rd youngest player to have scored a hat trick in team history. In the playoffs, you mean? Or just in general? I wouldn't doubt if he's the youngest to ever score a hat trick in the playoffs, right? In the playoffs? Really? Huh. Who are the others? Richard? Really, eh? Okay. Well, it probably goes back quite a while then. 4-0 zone Tampa penalties. Yeah. And hit the like button. Jeez. There we go. I'm going to go check here, guys. I want it to be over 100 or I'm not going to be a happy camper. I'm just telling you right now. I'm going to check and see how many people have hit that like button. It better be close to 100, folks. Yes, Peter Mansbridge. $80. Okay. Well, I'm going to click it. There's 81 now. 19 more, folks. I might have to take out the part about Liam McGuire joining us from the hot tub. Liam McGuire. Yeah. Good stuff. Let's get her up over 100 before I pack her in, okay? Hour and 22 in, we should be cracking 100 there, folks. 81 likes, not enough. Uncle B, new to the channel, but I'll be back. Hey, right on. I always like getting new customers. Thanks, Uncle B. Always good having you on. Rick is a treasure. Sabres are going to be a load. Absolutely. I don't know if it was the Sabres being that great or Boston just choking the game away. Oh, yeah? Well, unfortunately, I didn't get to see too much of it. So it's safe to say we stole one. We need to be better. I thought the Habs were okay tonight. I actually like Kapanen's PK plays, smart, simple plays. I liked how he got it out. He chipped that out, on the PK, got to it. Loved that pass that he sprung. Again, I mentioned it earlier, but at the start of the game where he sprung Bolduc, he got the puck and quickly just chipped it, caromed it off the boards, past the defenseman. He's got a really nice touch that way, right on Bolduc's stick, and sprung him for a really good chance. 73 likes. Okay, thank you. 81 when I last checked, so we're getting closer there, folks. Look at that. Repeat after me. I don't think the game can be considered a stolen game with the bad calls against the Habs defending the Habs stole the game from the refs. Well, you know what, Ken? If the game would have ended up 4-3 for the Lightning, you know what my headline would have been? Refs 4, Habs 3. Because I'm sorry. I agree. Yeah. Bro called us customers. Yes, customers. And did you notice that I said it with a grin on my face? There, Bontoon. Bontoon. Your video is frozen, or is it just me? Well, it's just you. You got to get off your pontoon there, Bontoon. Still cold to be out on a pontoon this time of year. All right. Let's get to a couple of. I still can't believe Buffalo came back and saying, I figured the game must be over when the guys said, they're going to get swept. They're going to get swept 3 straight. Really? What am I? I don't think so. Or 4 straight, I mean. Yeah. Let's get to the. I just want to get to the out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Any good junior hockey games? Kelowna. Papanicus has got to wait till the. Gonna have to wait till the Memorial Cup to play now again. Too bad he couldn't go play for Laval for a couple of weeks. I guess that's against the regulations. All right, we don't have too many people saying much right now. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Bonachère Caves, folks. My buddy Chris, Caveman Chris, private family-owned business run by hockey fans. 613-628-2283. Opens for the season, May 24th weekend. That's coming up quickly. You got any plans for the May long weekend? You know what I would highly recommend if you want to go for a tour? Go to Bonachère Caves. It's about an hour outside of Ottawa in the beautiful Ottawa Valley where I grew up. I grew up about 20 minutes from Bonachère Caves. It's a blast. Kids especially love it. Great family holiday outing. Put it on your list of things to do this summer as we continue to support our Canadian tourism industry, because we need it. We need to shop Canadian. We need to vacation Canadian these days, folks. And I don't think I need to explain why. All right. Get back to the comments here. Up to 88 likes. Thanks, Goggles Paisan. 88 likes. I like it. I like it a lot. We're going to get to 100. My beer's about halfway done, so keep pressing that like button, folks. Should have brought down 3. Thoughts on Galley being benched? Not surprised. He got benched down the stretch. Finally, Marty finally got the nerve to say to the old guy that had bled red, white, and blue for 15 years, look, we have to sit you. They're healthy right now. They're healthy up front. They don't have any injuries. And when everybody's healthy right now, Galley's not one of the 12 forwards. So unfortunate for him, but winning is, the Habs want to win this series. So is there a need to bring Reinbacher in, you think, Grant? No, not right now. There might be a need before the end of the series, but Carrier held up okay tonight. I have no issues with how Alex Carrier played tonight. I thought it was his best playoff game as a Montreal Canadien. So even though I'm not the biggest Alex Carrier fan, when he plays well, I will back him. So fun seeing how much effort Tampa has put in defending 6 Habs players. It's probably exhausting for Tampa. Yeah, that's a good point, Eric. Hey, and those 6 players are pretty dynamic. Canadians haven't had 6 players with this kind of potential since the dynasty, really. So it's pretty exciting times for the Montreal Canadiens. And by the way, I'm going down for Game 3. And it's going to be that much wilder now that the Canadiens, at the very least, will be tied going into Game 3. It's going to be nuts at the Bell Center, folks. Slaf became the 3rd player to score his hat trick. Desjardins, 93. Gary Plamondon, I bet Liam in a hot tub knew that updated trivia question. Slaf first half with 3 power play goals in a playoff game. Right. And that had been mentioned still that so Gary Plamondon was younger than Slaf when he scored that. Is that what you're trying to tell me? He's not the 3rd Habs player to score a hat. Oh, to score his hat trick goal in OT. OT. Now I get where you're coming from. That's pretty cool, eh? Somebody mentioned he's the 3rd 2 players who were younger that scored hat tricks. '59. Gary Plamondon never played for the Montreal Canadiens, according to. Must be another one. Oh, Jerry Plamondon. I got Gary here. You wouldn't think there'd be a Gary and a Jerry, eh? But maybe it's his son. All right. Canadians in. He would have done it in 48, 49, and he was 24. So Jerry wasn't younger than Slaf. Yeah, well, that's pretty cool. Desjardins, of course, that hat trick, that goal, right, turned around the series. You talk about good calls. That one, the Desjardins goal, That one ranks right up there too. Grant, did you say beer? I said beer. Anyone know any private breweries? I would consider, if I could get one to sponsor me, cracking open their beer and drinking it at the start instead of Canadian. Molson's not coming back to me. They're not. They should be saying, Grant, we're going to sponsor this. Molson, it might be your last chance, boy. Jeff, if you're watching, get on the horn, give me a call, and say, hey, Grant, I'll sponsor your spot there for Molson, because I'm looking elsewhere now, buddy. When I saw your ticket prices, I don't know. You've got the money. You can spare the coin. Folks might have missed this earlier. I'm going to post it because it was pretty interesting. Let's get back to this too. This was see how these predictions are coming up. Rick Springhetti picked Tampa in 7. Stu Cowan picked Tampa in 6. I don't know. So Montreal would have to lose 4 out of the next 5, Stu. Not looking good there, buddy. Dave Auger, Habs in 6. That makes a little more sense. Blaine Potvin. These are all people that are affiliated with HabsCast. Blaine, Habs in 7. Etienne, he said, a goal of my heart. Etienne Lepage, Habs in 6. Chris Stevenson, Tampa in 6. Again, Tampa would have to win 4 of the next 5. I don't like their chances. Eric Macramala picked Habs in 7. Liam, Tampa in 6. That's 3 guys that I think were wrong with their prediction. I hope they'll be wrong. Habs could still lose in 5, but I don't know. Stuart Ashton, Habs in 6. Grant McCagg, yours truly, Habs in 7. So we'll see. We'll see how these shake out. James, up to 95. Thanks for checking it out. Did you make it 95? And I think you're fairly new on here. Thank you. Gary did play well, and so did Arbor. Liked his game tonight. Corey kept his keep tonight. I believe he got the message from Arbor last game. Arbor probably said, cut the crap or Cooch is next. Yeah, for sure, man. We're up to 95 likes. Folks, hit that like button. We got to hit 100. There has to be some craft brewer in the Ottawa Valley that could sponsor you. You know what, Ken? I'm going to get in touch with Bose out of Van Cleek Hill. They've got lug tread. I think I'm going to hit them up. I don't actually mind lug tread. I'm kind of picky that way, but it's a pretty decent beer, and I'm going to get in touch with them and say, I'll crack your beer at the start of every podcast. Hey, that's kind of a cool thing, right? So, again, Jeff, if you're watching, get in touch, man. Could be losing all that free publicity. I do like my Ontario Molson Canadian, though, I have to admit. 43 years. And it tastes so different. Like, if you're in Quebec and you don't like Molson Canadian, I don't blame you, because it doesn't taste anything like the Ontario Molson Canadian. I don't know why. The water makes that much of a difference, I guess so. Habs in 6. Right on. How many beers do you drink a day, sir? Well, I bought a 60-pack from Costco It was more than a month ago. So I average about 2 beer a day. That probably surprises you, eh? Yeah. So, like, I don't drink them after every podcast. I don't drink. Today I had to pregame, and that's the first time ever. So today, this is my fourth, but that's rare. That's rare that I have 4 beer. But it's playoff time. I had to step up my game, like I explained earlier today. But 20 years ago, dozen to 15 quarts, no problem in a day. Sometimes 20. I was a fairly prolific drinker back in my heyday, but no, now it's, a heavy drinking day for me would be 5 or 6, and that's rare. So, yeah. Habs in 6. Okay, James. That's, if I were to readjust it, I'd say Habs in 6 now. But we'll see. Habs in 6 for sure. Yay, cool guy. I'm so happy they took Slafkovsky over right. Yeah, you and me both, my friend. I mean, I was ecstatic at the time when it happened, but now even more so. Moosehead Green. Oh, yes, the Atlantic, the Maritime coming out in you again, eh, Don? I like Moosehead Green. I like, I don't mind Alexander Keys. I even like Alpine, actually. When I lived out in Moncton, I kind of took a shining to Alpine. I thought it was a half decent beer. I don't like a beer with much bite. Like, I'm not a Guinness guy or anything like that. Yeah, it's a bit whatever, bit wussy, I guess. I don't drink beer for the taste necessarily. I drink it. I want it to be clean, no aftertaste, no real bite. Like, Liam's a big Molson X drinker, right? Well, it's got that twang to it. Just can't drink it. But to each his own, right? You mentioned 2 Habs players younger than Slaf to score a hat trick in playoffs. Yeah, I don't know that there were still. Somebody said that, but I think what they were meaning to say was 2 players that did it, had a hat trick and did it in overtime with the third. Maybe not, but Flower was not. Flower, if you'll remember, well, you won't remember, but he joined the NHL when he was 1920. So he never scored a hat trick till 74, 75, and he'd have been 24. He'd have been 24 at the time. And Shutter, same deal. I don't think Shutter ever scored a hat trick in the playoffs. I'd have to ask Liam that, but I don't think so. And you have to remember too, Shutt joined the NHL at 20, because back then they weren't 18-year-olds. And he, he scored 8 goals in his first year, 15 in his second, 30 third year, 45 fourth year, and then 60, if I recall correctly. So, chances are that those first 2 years before the age of 22, when he scored 8 and 15, that he didn't get a hat trick in the playoffs. Loved Anderson this game. Hey, for me, like, Slaf got the Hattie, got to give him first star. My second star tonight would have been Anderson. Anderson, beast. Should have had that goal too. Like, he scored a goal, didn't count, but yeah. I think I had the great line tonight before the game. Lightning will strike Tampa. Yeah, Paul's down at a bar in Burlington, hometown of Josh Anderson. He was watching the game in a bar tonight down there, and yeah, he came up with that line before. Alpine tastes like plastic. Yeah, well, I like plastic. What can I say? I believe that Slaf said in his draft interview with the Habs that he wanted to be the guy. Tonight he was the guy. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's pretty good, James. That's right on. Oh, we're getting a burst of people here all of a sudden. 1349. Let me guess, Tony's podcast's over? Yes, it is. Welcome to HabsCast, all you guys that are coming over from the Sick Network. Hit that like button. Let's get it over 100 here, okay? Even if you're just tuning in, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. I think we're okay, Drum Dude, 103 likes now. All right. Drum Dude, where were you? Where were you 20 minutes ago? Habs in 5. They'll let them win one game to make it not feel as bad. You know what? Maybe. Slafkovsky. Yeah. I like your avatar there, Sin. Hiding yourself from the narcs, are you? Howie Morenz, followed by Bernie Geoffrion and Slaf third. Boom Boom scored lots of goals as a young player. That would make sense. That Boom Boom had a Hattie. Let me just double check a little something here. The Boom Boom. If we go reference, hockey reference, born in click on playoffs. Oh yeah, he had 6 goals and 6 goals in back-to-back playoffs before he was this year here 52-53. Possibility that he had a Hattie in that one. Hat tricks 17. Oh, and it even says postseason. So in 52, March of 52, Boom Boom would have been. It doesn't have his friggin' age there. But 52, holy frig. So at 20 years of age, he only scored 3 goals. And there must have been Hatties. Must have been a Hattie. 20 years of age, he scored 3 goals in the playoffs. And I guess it was a hat trick. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. March 27th, 1952, in the semifinals, Boom Boom, natural Hattie. Montreal won 4-0, and he was 20 years of age. Well, that's pretty good company, Howie Morenz and Boom Boom Geoffrion. Thank you for getting that info, and that's confirmed on Boom Boom, and I'm sure it's the same with Howie Morenz, who was a pretty young fellow when he joined the Habs too, and was fantastic right from day one. So pretty cool when the only two people who equaled what Slaf did tonight are both Hall of Famers. Any changes to the lineup Tuesday? George, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Marty's usually not the type to mess with a winning lineup. I think he 103 likes, elbow smash the like button, folks. Yes, please do. So will I be at McLean's Pub on Friday? No, I won't be. On Friday, pre-game, folks, I am going to be at McLean's Public House, which is down the street from McLean's Pub on Peel Street. I'll be giving more details as the week goes along here, but yeah, I'll be going Friday to McLean's Pub pre-game. So I'm aiming for about 3 in the afternoon doing a live remote. So pop by around 2, say hi. After the show, say hi, watch the show. It's going to be fun. And after the game, I'm going to be doing a post-game show at Hurley's Irish Pub, a couple blocks over. So if you can't, if you're not going pre-game, if you plan on watching the game downtown, go to Hurley's and you'll be able to catch me after the game. I'm going to be doing a post-game at Hurley's, pre-game McLean's Public House. I'm going down Thursday, so hey, if any of you are going to be downtown on Thursday, I can certainly I'll be going to McLean's, maybe to the pub and to the Public House, and to I might stop into the Peel Pub too. I want to talk to those guys and a couple other places, but anyone that wants to meet me downtown for a beer, let me know, and we can probably hey, I'd love to get together with some of the people that some of my customers, no, some of the my fine viewers that support the HabsCast. It's going to be fun. The playoff atmosphere. I love it. I love it, and we're gonna have tons of fun Thursday and Friday in Montreal. So let me know, folks, if you're going to be downtown Montreal Thursday, Friday. I hope you can stop into McLean's Public House. Hey, it's going to look good. I'd like these guys I'd like to do this again, maybe further down in the playoffs, right? If it goes well, we can get people to come in to watch the HabsCast. It's gonna encourage these guys to get me signed up to host a couple more. So if you can support it, if you can come down, we'll have a beer together, talk Habs hockey, get to meet some of you fine folks that I've been communicating with online over the past 6-7 months. Put Valeno in over Texier next game? Probably not. I didn't think Texier was that bad. Was it just me, or did your pregame panel say Habs will lose game? I don't know. No. Yeah, well, that seems to be the common theme here, that Texier needs to be replaced. I don't know. I didn't think Texier was that bad. They were up against Tampa's top line tonight most of the night. Thought they did okay against them. Look at this, eh? It's like, did somebody in the media say that Texier didn't play that well tonight? I just, sometimes we see this, all of a sudden it becomes narratives, right? How many times has Ovi throughout his career left his feet and destroy someone and not get a penalty? Yeah, I know. Boston choked a goal late. Lead 2-goal late. 2-goal lead late in the third. Yes, they did. I'm devastated. Yeah, well, not too many people are devastated. Not too many Hab fans would be devastated with that one. Sin. They could replace at least 4 guys. Yeah. All right. Every like on the page host game show equals 1 shot of beer. Fair enough. We're up to 116 likes. Look how it gets snowballing there, eh? You got to ask people, though. I am the narc. Narcs. Moo ha 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 ha. Okay. You also love Boston. I won't lie, Grant. I was being a cheater. Yeah. Cheating hooer. Yep. Oh, I could tell. Not first time either, drum dude. That's why you come late. 1 down, 3 to go. Better late than never, I guess. Oh, what are your thoughts on if Ovi becomes a UFA, which is a possibility? Would you like flanking him? N-O. No. Ovi doesn't fit with the Habs. Yeah. Ovi's history, Habs don't need him. I don't. What, he was on the ice for 1 defensive zone faceoff all year? No, he's done. I know it's better, but it might be a line situation on a move like that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. Get him to love Putin? Influence him? No, I don't. Demi doesn't even like he was asked who his favorite, and it wasn't Ovi. No, keep him away. Demidov needs Cappy back. Newhook is where offense dies. Hands him home. Doesn't seem like Hughes type move. No, he's not getting Ovi. Good things happen when you go to the net and shoot the puck. Yeah. Shot of beer because he'd die if it were liquor and his wife needs him. Oh, it's okay. I can't shoot low. Newhook. Pretty much, folks. That's that pretty much sums it up. Let's get back to the. I just want to look at these stats quickly again here, while we're still. I love that hit total 42. You know it's playoff hockey when all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. Everybody's throwing hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A dozen players threw at least 2 hits tonight. I like it. They came to play. Didn't mind Doc's effort tonight either. He provides some. As far as I'm concerned, he provides some size and some physicality there. Like Gooley's physicality. Gooley's going to be a real key to this first round. I like the pathway. If Montreal beats Tampa, there's a damn good chance that they'll end up playing the winner of Philly and Pittsburgh, right? Imagine that, eh? Oh boy. Lots of storylines there if it's Philly. But that's a winnable series if that's how it ends up going. If that's the route. We'll see. I think Ottawa's got to beat. Well, I don't know. I filled out a. I could be wrong, but I filled out a thingamading there. They do, eh? Oh, okay. Well, McLean's Pub started a pool, and I had them winning, and the next series would have been them playing against Philly Pittsburgh. So does it not matter who wins which series? Like if Ottawa beats Carolina, right? Like this would be dependent on Ottawa beating Carolina. If Ottawa beats Carolina, then the top seed is Buffalo if they beat Boston, right? Would Carolina not play Ottawa? And then Montreal would play Philly or Pittsburgh? Because in the second round, it does become the top seed against the bottom seed, right? So in the bracket that I filled out, I had Ottawa beating Carolina. I had Buffalo winning. I had Pittsburgh winning, Montreal winning. Montreal would play Pittsburgh. Ottawa would play Carolina. So it depends. I mean, Ottawa would have to beat Carolina. Is in that bracket. I think, does it not change in the second round where it becomes first the top seed against the bottom seed? Oh, the way it worked, it's automated with this pool, and it didn't have them playing. It didn't have them play. If Ottawa wins, it didn't have them playing against Boston Buffalo. Anyway, we'll see. Interesting stat I saw today on X. Habs have lowest payroll for lineup iced at 68 million versus Tampa's 83. Habs actually, from what I saw, lowest iced lineup payroll for game one. Geez, brings back a lot of memories, eh? Lower payroll than Tampa in a playoff series. Yeah. Newick said at the Habs skills day after he couldn't hit the bottom's targets. Oh, okay. The way they do it now is that those teams are in a bracket. Well, I guess my McLean's Pub pool is all wrong then. Plays with intensity and protects the puck to stand Nozo. Puck just dies on Doc's stick. No, it doesn't. I would trade Newhook this summer. Okay. Nuke is much superior to Doc. What games do you watch? You need to get in a trade. He can go. All right. All right, folks. We hit the 100 mark. I've been on 2 hours. I appreciate I've run out of things to say, so I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Hell of a podcast. Hell of a game. Hell of a first game for the Habs. Beaten the mighty Tampa Bay Lightning, who can't seem to win at home in the playoffs anymore. I hope that streak continues on Tuesday night. I'm going to have a look at Vinny Rohr's first game and do a scouting report that I'll put up tomorrow. I hope you can join me for that, because I'll take a good in-depth look at Vinny. I'm pretty excited to watch to see how he looked in his first pro game in North America. I think he's solid. I think he's going to help Laval in the playoffs here. He's built for that kind of hockey for sure. Drum Dude, yes, try to be on earlier next time, my friend. Good night, Grant. Okay, Ken. See you when the Habs are up 2-0 coming home. All right. Well, Ken, try to catch that podcast tomorrow on Vinny Roar if you can. Yeah, the talk is that they might maybe new hook. Yeah. Well, I'm not too worried about. I'm not thinking about off-season trades right now. I'm kind of focused on the playoffs. And there's another game. There's another game going on right now. Is there? I haven't been. What is Utah? Utah's up 1-0 on Vegas. Logan Cooley got a goal. Will Logan Cooley score 5 goals in his first 6 playoff games? Gonna have to if if they're still gonna say, well, Logan Cooley's better than Slaf. Same with Cutter Gauthier. Is Cutter Gauthier gonna score 5 goals in his first 6 NHL playoff games? We'll see. We'll see. Probably not. But hey, Cooley, Gauthier, Slaf, and Hutson. You have to say those are the 4 best players from that draft class. You can put them. You got to think right now. I would say Hutson, Slaf, Gauthier, Cooley, but you put them in whatever order you want. Fact is that Montreal got 2 of the 4 best players from the draft class. Excuse me. And when you do that, it's often transformational. It transforms a club into a contender. That first draft class for the Kent Hughes regime, game changer for this franchise, and it's the time is now, right? Whether they play if they beat Tampa, doesn't matter who they play next round. It'll be either Boston, Buffalo, or Philly, Pittsburgh. I think we have that established, and I like their chances in either. So I've been saying it. I've been saying it for many months now. The East is wide open, and I think the Canadians, and I think it even more so now after seeing that first game. Very important to win. Hey, they didn't do this against Washington, right? They didn't go into Washington and win a game. Well, first game in Tampa, marched in, beat them, beat the team they weren't supposed to beat. Proved to people that hey, they're out to. They mean business this playoff series. Don't count out the Habs from being difference makers in the East this year. Let's summarize this chat. The Habs need to get rid of half their team, according to some chatters. Yeah, it's kind of I'm surprised at the negativity here. Oh, Dano. Now we got Dano to talk about. We haven't had enough. Yeah. So some people saying Cappy was no good. Dano now, Bolduc, Texier, who else? Doc. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't lose 9-0 tonight if you read the live chat. All right. Look, you guys aren't bringing me down tonight. I'm pretty happy. I thought the Habs, despite what I thought was suspect officiating, managed to pull it out. Slaf clutch, and we're seeing why the Montreal Canadiens picked him first overall in the 2022 draft class. All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit that like button. Hope to see you after the game Tuesday night. Hope to see you tomorrow. I'm going to do a Vinny Roar first AHL game scouting profile, and that'll be fun. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been fun, and we'll see you again soon when it'll be another great day to talk hockey.